Okay.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, can you spell your first and last name, please?
Yeah, Brian Toth, Briantoth. I'm Vice President of the Fraternity of Police, Capital City Lodge No. 9.
So what do you know about the situation so far?
What we know is that officers were sent out to an address concerning that a male who had warrants for shooting into a habitation and a warrant for felonious assault, was armed with a gun. Specifically, he had what's called a Glock switch, which makes that firearm go from semi-auto to a full auto. So as you can imagine, the officers now getting all of that information, they're going to make that call to SWAT. The SWAT team was assembled. They arrived in the location, and when they did, they were met with gunfire. Unprovoked, they were met with gunfire. The suspect shot several times at the officers, and the officers returned fire. Shooting the suspect, he was then transported to an area hospital. He's listed in stable condition at this time.
What goes through your mind when you hear somebody has an automatic gun as officers are coming to serve a warrant?
Well, there's a couple things that comes to my mind. One, he had the warrant for felonious assault and shooting to a habitation. So now you already know that this person has a propensity to shoot at people to begin with. Now, when the question you asked about the switch, it makes that gun go into full auto. It's extremely frightening for an officer. To know that one, a gun exists with a person with a warrant, but two, now it's on full auto. It's really hard when officers have semi-auto firearms to approach and to deal with someone that has automatic capabilities. That's a rapid fire. That's a lot of rounds. As you at the scene, there's a lot of casings laying on the ground.
How do you feel about how the officers responded to what they were met with?
Make no mistake that our officers they're highly trained. Our officers did exactly how they're trained. The suspect dictated their response. Make no bones about it. They acted appropriately. They also have a duty to go home safely and to protect the public from people like this that have warrants, that have guns, and that want to do bodily harm to others.
How many rounds were fired today, do you know?
I can't even speculate. I don't know. I know there's a lot from the suspect.
Ballpark range at all?
I don't even know. Sorry.
No.
Do you know how many officers fired their guns?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't at this time. So that investigation, that'll come out in the investigation. They'll probably know that tomorrow. Which they probably know it today already. But I have not been told that, and I can't guess. Sorry.
We've been at a handful of officer-involved shooting scenes in the past few months now. Community members have expressed their concerns about officers shooting people. How would you respond to their concerns about these types of situations?
Well, I know what we're concerned with is the violence in the city comes. What's happened to the city? Is the city just fallen? That now we have more officer shootings because people are shooting at officers. People are not being compliant. There's so much violence that when people see cops, they don't care. They just don't care. I think the city's fallen. It's dangerous, and our officers, they have to come to work and have to discharge their firearm. No officer wants to discharge their firearm, but they also want to go home. They do not want to do that, and I think that everyone's taking advantage of officers now. They think that their backs are against the wall, and okay, they're not going to defend themselves, but we are going to defend ourselves each and every time, and we're going to do it appropriately. You can also see that no one else was shot here. No innocent people were shot here. That tells you the level of training that those SWAT officers had.
Anything else you want to say?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thank you.